Well, what did you think I was doing? I'm just adding some activator to my autumn fall leaves. I'm just adding some more fish poo from the filters. Nice sweet smelling aroma on a lovely afternoon. The leaves are settling down quite nicely now. The next lot of liquids I'll put on, I'll flatten the leaves out and let them get on with it throughout this next, well, up to the fall. So welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, we've got a few jobs done in March. Still lots to do. Just one thing I did want to show, we've managed to get all the greenhouse nice and clean now. That's was just dragging on a bit, and Babette, who's in the garden, said about the New Zealand spinach, the seeds that we put at the back of the plants last year after they seeded down. She said they'd come really prolific, and there we have it. There's more than enough seeds there. I'll be potting a few up, and we'll have an abundance. So basically, once you've got them, you don't have to worry about buying seed again. The sweet peas need cutting off. You can see there's they're shooting out the sides now, so I'm going to trim those off. That'll be a job for April. The wicks have been hand washed. Not Mrs. K didn't let me into the washer, so all the wicks are ready there, and there's another piece there that I've cut into wicks, ready for when we fill the buckets. This is my cold compost bin. I'll let the worms do the work, and you can see there now we're down to the bottom in that corner, and we're just moving some of the plants that haven't composted down at the moment over there. I'm busily making up my own mixes, which will end up filling all these containers. I've got these to fill in the using the gravity fed wick guttering system. So the wicks go in there, and there's the guttering in the bottom with a float. Get all that set up again for the summer. I'm not going to set it up just yet and wait till the plants are in. And I've got all these buckets here to fill with my homemade compost for the vertical gardening. And in a future video we'll be planting all my potatoes for the different challenges in some of these organic compost mixes, materials. So we're going to be growing a potato in some straw. Somebody mentioned about coffee grounds, so I had some really wet coffee grounds, and they are now mixed 60-40 with some cocoa coir. Some potatoes in some fresh compost. So that's just my compost out of the bin. My homemade compost, you want to pause that and see what's in there. Some plain manure, fresh manure. And as things go on, and there's the potato grow bags that we reviewed, and The rain hasn't got to the labels yet, so that looks good at the moment. We'll move over to some of the 56 litre bags. Just leaf mould. And this is where we put our liquid foods in now. Some are going to be nitrogen based, so we will discover whether too much nitrogen will just give us just leaves instead of a root crop. And there's the cocoa coir with log ashes, so 70% cocoa coir, 30% log ashes from home. I don't know what that'll be like, but again, it'll give me some idea when on the harvest what I can and can't add to my homemade compost. I moved all the pallets and some of the polycarbonate. That's opened up the rhubarb now. It has drawn it a little bit because we've got the pallets on top, but it won't be long before we can take a harvest. These are now at least 3 years old in the ground, so I can take as much as I like up to roughly the end of July, and then we'll harvest the bigger sticks for the show, for the 3 heavy sticks for the giant veg show. I picked up some more wood. That can now be added to that, and got half a bag of shavings that they use for horses, etc. in the pre-bagged. It looked like it had fell off a vehicle and split everywhere, so I did my good deed and cleared it up. One of the jobs for April will be to just tidy this up again, just get a few of the weeds out that I think are weeds, and plant all my flowers. I'm just going to mix them all together, put them with a bit of cocoa coir, and just throw them out everywhere. It'll be a hit and miss what we get, and then I'll top it off with some of my found compost with the perlite in, just to give them a covering, and then I'll keep them moist until they've established. A little bit of weeding to do in amongst the raspberries. We've got a few things there that we need to get out. I haven't done anything with the strawberries here, but the raspberries now are coming to life, and there's a couple of ladybugs. I wonder if they're going to make babies. It's a little bit chilly today. I've got my giant cabbages all planted, labelled up, pick the best ones. I just need to get the labels sorted before they actually blow away, then I won't know what's what. Everything's coming to life in the fruit cage, the blueberries, the currants, etc. This is one of the white currants that we just took a cut in and pushed into the ground. 50-50. Looks like that may have, it's still solid, we'll leave it a bit longer, but if you plant enough you'll always get a good one. Here, square foot gardening, the beds have been planted up, seen in a recent video. Hopefully the new marker pen will help me know exactly what's what, and no doubt this bright lights chard may go to seed, but we can keep taking the leaves off. And we've direct sown some lettuce and some radishes in here. I've finally managed to get the graffiti F1 purple cauliflower in the ground. I've replaced one that wasn't doing very well, but as you can see, I composted my footpaths, and those can be used in 3 years' time with the wood chips. Looking quite nice. The Sabuto F1 are direct planted from the Agrolan root trainers, and they're still doing okay. I've wet everything else down because we've got other things to plant, and I'm not going to be cutting any of these back just yet because they're shooting here, there and everywhere. I might just leave them anyway and let grow what wants to grow. And hopefully you can hear me over the rotavator. My microphone does pick up things in the distance better than it does me. I've just wet this soil down, ready for another lot of beetroot to go in, direct from the root trainers. The sprouts are now going to seed, so I'm going to harvest what I can of the rest. Or do I leave it a bit longer? Maybe we can take these side shoots as a bit of a fill-in. They're not hurting nothing there. Marie Curry's broad beans that she sent me, beautiful flowers. I think I'm going to save as many seed as I can, especially after we've actually tried them. The claret sprouting broccoli, you can see there in the middle where I took the main stem, and now all these are forming, so I'm going to have to be on my guard and take them as often as I can. But absolutely beautiful it is. I've removed the tops off the parsnips because they've really got going, and they'll soon go to seed, and that may spoil the parsnips that are left. I think I've got 5 left there now. In here we've prepared the ground with the holes. I've just got to sieve some cocoa coir, get those filled in, and we've got to get those planted, and hopefully in a few months they'll look like these. So these were sown on the 20th of September last year. I did it as a bit of an experiment to see whether I could plant my long roots early on, and that's all planted up now. Got the little greenhouse cloche on the top. We'll see how early I can get a parsnip. I should be able to get a parsnip by about June, hopefully. I need to get the rest of these white potatoes out so that I can get all this has been planted up before the winter. I just need to get those out now because I want to get my condor in here. I want to give them lots and lots of organic and fertilizers to try and get a big potato for the giant veg show. So my little marker says where I've got to with the carrots. Again, I've left these on just to show you, and I think there's a carrot here that had started to go to seed, so I'm going to pull it out anyway. But all I've been doing is cutting them off. I cut them off before the winter. So these are last year's carrots that we sowed, what, June time? And there's one here that looks like it just started to go to seed, so we'll just pull that out. That's a nice carrot anyway. Again, root fly, but pleased with that. Plenty of meat on there, even if there is a little bit of damage. Job for April here is just to do a bit of weeding. Oh, there we go. And that's that job done. But they're my elephant garlic. These are the grizzly shallots that Alan sent me. These are now hopefully going to go to seed and provide me with some more banana shallots, the red Florence. All the long roots are now planted, bar from one at the top. So we've got the long carrot from Medwin's. Again, the long black beetroot and parsnip gladiator F1. If you want to see my long root playlist, I'll try and put it in at the end. The bottle tops kept blowing over, the ones at the front anyway, so I've just put a little bit of gaffer tape to hold them. These are the carrots I sowed in February. The March carrots have now been sown at the end of March, a few days ago. These need thinning out now. Job for April. And they're the walking onions. Oh, more weeding to do. Good day. And these the Oprea, the brood balls. Going to perhaps take some of these small ones. I believe you can use them like spring onions. but I do want them to get established first, because Jason was very kind to send me a few, and as you can see, that's how many he sent, and they're growing well, and even the smaller ones. So we shan't harvest too many. William Coleman, Allotment and Garden and Allotment, sent me the red Russian garlic. I didn't eat any, so instead of having 4 or 5 cloves, I now have an abundance, and we can start eating them. And these are the banana shallot zabroon. That one's going. That one is just a little bit behind, but we'll give it a chance. I'm putting to seed some of Marie Curry's Walla Walla onions that she sent me. This is the elephant garlic, the upside down bulb challenge. So the 2 bulbs in here were upturned, so bump facing uphill, and these were planted in the normal way. And there's not a great deal of difference, but I'm going to leave them till maturity and see if they split. And we've had plenty of warm weather to do that, and I need to get the potato chip challenge potato home. I had to rush off the other day and left it behind. Now, one of the jobs for April will be to get some of that pond weed out, so that it doesn't kill the water, and just have a little tidy up, removing some of those holly. I'm going to get them in my fingers without knowing. Well, I haven't managed to get any further with the Polytunnel. You can see the updates in the March playlist, March 2021, and I'm glad that I didn't do any more, because I'm going to show you in a minute, but while we're here, I've spray painted all the bottom bits, got rid of the rust, so that looks a lot better. And all I've done, all my can skip vines, I've just been using them. It doesn't matter what colour it is, it just happens at the moment. We've got silver or chrome, and it's tidied it up really nicely. So as we were saying, we've got all these sheets, polycarbonate sheets for the window, and then last week I they were in a skip. Had a word with the builder. He said yes, please take them, they were taking up a lot of room. And there's a few different sizes, but I've got 4 all roughly the same size. He was very good. He's actually cut them in half before I got there to put them in the skip, but almost got them all in halfway. So that will be coming really useful for the Polytunnel build. So the original sheets that we've used there were a little bit short. These are just slightly a little bit long, but let's get my finger. I'll be able to just Stanley knife these bits off, and they'll sit nicely in here. And I'm hoping to be able to use these, they clean up okay, as a sliding mechanism along the wood, in between other bits of wood. So I could have gone full chat at it, then found these, and I would have maybe be kicking myself. So sometimes just sitting back waiting sometimes really does help. There's all the extra polycarbonate now. I'll be able to infill with the doors, make some windows, and infill this as we create the framework. Had a message from one of my allotment friends, local, and he said does anybody want any coffee grounds? And I said yes please, and there's 3 really big bags there. And again, this pond wants clearing out, so we can open up the oxygenating plants and get rid of the odd weed that I've missed. Alright, I then take the microphone out from under me jersey, the microphone picks up the road noise, everybody talking and everything like that. But don't forget the thumbs up or a thumbs down for the interaction. Leave me a comment, I'll reply to all the comments. And let's look forward to a busy April, getting all our seedlings in. And don't forget, at the end of the video the cards will be there, or the end screen should we say. The cards are the ones that sit up the top, if you want to have a little look at those, or alternative, just go to my playlist, and my playlist is absolutely full of some cracking information that everybody tends to watch. I'll get more views on my old videos than I do on the ones that I produce now, and 70-80% of people aren't subscribers. That's why I don't ask anybody to subscribe now. Subscribers will come and go as and when they please. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.